It's time to wrap up the past year. Kemira has just published its full year results for 2020. I'm here with Kemira's Investor Relations. Welcome to the studio, Mikko.
Thank you, Tina. Nice to be here as always.
Mikko, could you summarize the year? I suppose it's not exaggeration to say that Kemira managed pretty well during this exceptional year.
Well, it's fair to say that we had a strong year, and if we first think about the world around us, so as we all know, the pandemic was really something that impacted everyone's lives in 2020, and also the pandemic and the related economic slowdown did have an impact on Kemira's end markets and on our customer demand. However, on the positive side, our manufacturing and logistics network, they operated without any major interruptions as we did timely and proactive actions during the year. So a warm thanks for a successful 2020 goes to all Kemira employees, naturally. If we then look at the financial performance, highlight of 2020, I would say, was the improved profitability. As mentioned, the market environment was challenging. It did have an impact on our revenue, which declined by 9%. But then if we exclude the negative currency impact and the more volatile oil and gas business, our revenue declined by 2%, which is a sort of a demonstration of the resilience of our business model. And also what was encouraging was that our organic growth trend, that improved towards the end of the year. If we look at the profitability, as mentioned, that was strong and improved clearly, actually. Operative EBITDA was 435 million euros and the margin improved to 17.9% during the year, and also our cash flow from operations was strong. If we then think about our segments, first look at pulp and paper. There we saw a revenue decrease of 4%. This was mainly due to lower sales volumes in our printing and writing chemicals. Profitability, margin improved clearly. Operative EBITDA margin was 17.9% during 2020. Industry and water, our other segment, there we saw revenue decrease 15%. This was mainly due to lower sales volumes in the shale market and in our shale business in oil and gas. But also profitability in this segment was strong and the margin was strong at 18%. So to summarize, one can say that we had a strong 2020, improved profitability, but also what was positive was that customer satisfaction, employee engagement improved, which I would say is a great achievement during a difficult year and in a difficult environment. And thanks to the strong year, our board of directors is proposing to the annual general meeting to increase the dividend to 0.58.
Kemira held Capital Markets Day in November and announced many new targets. Could you elaborate those a little bit for refresh the memory?
Of course. If we start with the big picture, so we did present a revised strategy in November, and at the same time we announced several new targets for the upcoming years. So as I said, if we start with the big picture, so revised strategy that has an increased focus on profitable growth going forward, and one key driver for this growth going forward is expected to be bio-based products, as we are increasingly seeing that our customers are looking for biodegradable and recyclable products. And that also applies to us as end consumers. And our aim at Kemira is to grow our revenue from bio-based products from the current 100 million euros to 500 million euros by 2030. If we think about our financial targets, so the operative EBITDA margin financial target was updated, is now between 15 to 18%. Previously it was between 15 and 17%. And maybe a bit of background, so we have done a lot of actions to improve profitability and margins in recent years. And we do believe Kemira is now a fundamentally stronger company. And as a result, we updated and upgraded the target. And in 2020, we were at the upper end of this 15 to 18% range. And finally, what is important to our shareholders is the dividend policy, which was also updated. And now the aim is to pay a competitive and over time increasing dividend as opposed to a stable and competitive dividend in the past.
And going forward, what is Kemira's outlook for 2021?
If we start with a top line, so revenue in local currencies, excluding acquisitions and divestments, is expected to increase from 2020. Profitability, so operative EBITDA is expected to be at the same or slightly lower level as in 2020. And as there is quite a lot of uncertainty still in the world around us, mostly related to the pandemic, there are certain assumptions behind our outlook. One is that end market demand is expected to recover gradually in line with the forecasted economic growth. This is the case particularly in our oil and gas market, and so we expect that to recover during the year. And of course, the outlook assumes that there are no significant disruptions to our operations during 2021.
Thank you for the interview, Mikko.
Thank you, Tiina.
And as a reminder, Kemira's annual general meeting will be held on March 24th at 1 p.m. Finnish time, and registered shareholders have the possibility to follow the meeting via a live webcast. The registration will start on 19th of February, so stay in tune.
Thank you.